If you think Antigua and Barbuda is just another Caribbean island, you're already missing what global investors understand. Most people looking to invest in the region focus on the big named islands and completely overlook strategic advantages where Antigua and Barbuda actually sit on the map, and the location east of the Caribbean arc, perfectly positioned between major flight corridors with sheltered marinas and global access, is one of the biggest reasons investors, developers, and CBI buyers are quietly choosing this twin island nation over more famous neighbours. Today, I'm breaking down why location matters, how it affects your returns, and what savvy buyers need to know before investing in the Caribbean. This isn't a glossy brochure overview. I'm going to talk to you like I would if you were sat in my office in Jolly Harbour with a coffee asking, Nadia, why does Antigua's location matter so much for my money? First, let's literally put us on the map. Antigua and Barbuda are a twin island nation in the Eastern Caribbean in the Lesser Antilles. We sit between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, north of Guadeloupe and southeast of Puerto Rico. Antigua is the larger, more populated island where you can find the capital St. John's, the main international airport, and most of the infrastructure. Barbuda is low-lying with endless pink sand beaches and much more of an untouched feel. From an investor's point of view, that location gives three big advantages. We're in the sweet spot of the Caribbean arc, far enough east that we get classic trade winds and warm water, but still easy to reach North America, Europe, and the rest of the region. We're a hub, not a cul-de-sac. You can connect easily to other islands for business or lifestyle. We separate the Atlantic from the Caribbean Sea, which is why you get sheltered harbours like English Harbour and Jolly Harbour. Very important for yacht traffic and marina-driven real estate. Location is lovely, but if no one can get to your property easily, your returns suffer. Antigua's VC Bird International Airport has direct flights from major hubs in the US, Canada, and the UK and Europe. Airlines like American, JetBlue, Delta, and United fly from the US. Air Canada, WestJet from Canada, and British Airways and Virgin Atlantic from London. So what does that mean for you? Rental demand. Guests from New York, Miami, Toronto, London, and beyond can come in a single flight. That dramatically improves your occupancy potential. Owner usage. If you're flying in for a long weekend or to check on a building site, you don't want 3 or 4 connections and an overnight stay to get here. Resale appeal. When you eventually sell, the next buyer will be asking the same questions about access you are today. Compared to some smaller Caribbean islands that rely heavily on tiny regional planes and awkward connections, Antigua is unusually well connected for its size. That's a real practical investment edge. And if as you're watching this, you're realizing Antigua might actually make sense for your goals, feel free to use the link below and book a strategy call with me. I can help you understand which areas or developments fit your budget and your timeline, and the lifestyle that you really want. The other side of location is political and financial. Antigua and Barbuda is a stable Commonwealth country with English as the official language, a legal system based on English common law, and the Eastern Caribbean dollar, which is pegged to the US dollar. That peg removes a lot of currency volatility anxiety for international investors. On top of that, Antigua has one of the most established citizenship by investment programs. The real estate option typically requires a minimum of $300,000 US investment into an approved development, with government fees set on top. So why does that matter? This brings in a steady flow of capital into property. It attracts global families who are thinking of lifestyle, asset diversification, and mobility, not just holiday lets. It helps maintain international compliance standards because of strict due diligence, which is reassuring when you're wiring large sums of money. If you're comparing islands, you'll notice some have newer or less stable CBI frameworks or more limited investment routes. Antigua's program has been running since 2013 and is now a core part of the economic strategy. So why here and not, say, Barbados, St. Lucia, or the BVI? I always tell my clients there are 3 key edges. Price to qualify ratio. Our property market ranges from the mid-hundreds into the multi-million dollars. But you can still find 3 or 4 bedroom villas with pools that compare very favourably on price per square foot to some better known islands. Land availability and off-plan potential. Antigua still has genuine development parcels, marine front plots and hillside land with views that haven't been all carved up yet. For investors who like to build or buy off-plan projects, that's huge. Growing but not overdeveloped tourism. Tourism growth has been strong and with double digits year-on-year increases recently. But we aren't yet at the point where you're fighting with huge high-rise hotels for every guest. The people, the safety and the next wave brands, Antigua is known for warm, welcoming, English-speaking population and generally safe, laid-back environment, which matters a lot if you're spending real time here or sending guests. The island is still relatively underdeveloped compared to some of the neighbours, but we're seeing a new wave of high-end brands and concepts coming in, from luxury hotels and beach clubs to branded residences, which adds credibility and the upside without losing that authentic Caribbean feel. So putting it all together, you have global access via direct flights, you're in a CDI-driven investor-friendly jurisdiction with a US-pegged currency. You still have room to grow, especially in quality to mid, high-end villas, branded residences, and thoughtfully planned communities. If you're thinking about a holiday home that pays for itself through its rentals, or a citizenship by investment purchase, or a larger development or subdivision, then Antigua and Barbuda deserves a serious numbers-based look, not just a dreamy beach photo scroll. Before you invest here, you now understand where Antigua is. But the next question smart investors always ask is, what's actually driving returns right now? And that's exactly what I break down in this video. It shows you how the tourism boom is affecting rental income, occupancy, and long-term appreciation. And if you're actively thinking about investing or relocating, you can always use the link below to book a strategy call with me and the Luxury Locations team. But for now, click that next video and I'll make the rest of this make more sense.